Welcome back, everyone. It's me, the PrinceOfGeists, here with another playthrough of the Magic 2011 decks. This time we've chosen Stampede of Beasts, which is the green deck with a splash of red. So let's get into the games. We're playing against Forge again, so it's going to be me against the computer. And we've started them off with Breath of Fire, so let's go ahead and do that. We will be on the play. Bit of an interesting hand. There's not really a lot we physically can't play. We got a Forest in the Mountain. The Runeclaw Bear is not really the most ideal 2-drop, but we can play everything, so let's give it a try. Start with a Forest and pass. Opponent starts with an island. We've drawn a Chandra's Outrage. We'll get that bear out. And I'm kind of hoping we draw some lands here. They've got a mountain, and they've got a Goblin Tunneler. Okay. We can at least attack past that. What's next? Well, it's not a land, but a Land War Elves is something at least. We will attack with our Runeclaw Bear. So he goes down to 18. We will pass the turn. When is that? Draw step. Okay, so they must have just drawn this Lightning Bolt. I'm surprised they would have bolted that bear when I tried to attack with it if they already had it. Well, there's another mountain. We could Chandra's Outrage, but it seems like a waste for a Goblin Tunneler. Same with the rest of these. I think I'm fine with a 3/3 Protean Hydra. Just to get something on the field. If it does get removed, we always have that Nature Spiral to try again with it, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, they immediately draw another bolt. So there goes the Hydra. That's a lot of triggered abilities that aren't going to do anything because it's dead. Chandra's Spitfire might be interesting. Thankfully, they've used some of their burn spells already, but let's see. It's finally returning in. We draw another Forest. Good. Here, I think I do want to no, we can always hold that up. See if they play something worse. I could Nature Spiral the Hydra back, but I think I'm going to hold up my mana for the Chandra's Outrage. Goblin Tunneler, Spitfire can't be blocked this turn. Okay. This is, by the way, a pretty nice combo that this Breath of Fire deck can do, is make the Spitfire unblockable with the Tunneler and then start pumping its power. So it hits for a lot more unblockable damage. That was completely unnecessary of them, though. I can't block it anyway. Okay. If they were smart, they would have played that Lava Axe pre-combat, and then that Chandra's Spitfire would have done more damage. I'm going to respond with the Chandra's Outrage and kill that Spitfire. Yeah, really odd that they didn't just play that before attacking, because they could have hit me for a lot more damage. There's a Spine Worm, and I can play that, so you know what? We'll go ahead and do that. Get that out. Seen a bunch of their burn spells already. Prodigal Pyromancer is not ideal with my Land War Elves out. Okay, this is going to be... I do see an interesting play that I can do that would be really janky. What if, perhaps, I active treason the Pyromancer and then use the effect on himself. That actually could be the play, because it's like I still only have 4 lands, and I know I got a lot of expensive cards in here. I need those elves. So I think I'm actually going to do that. Yeah, we will do that. Okay. And we will attack with our Spine Worm. So we're finally ahead. It's 13 to 11 right now. So the computer is going to play an Augury Owl. And that's it for them, okay? Well, I drew a Plummet, but I don't really need that for an Augury Owl. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to attack with the Worm. Post-combat, let's get this prized unicorn out. Okay, again, using the Tunneler on something I can't block anyway is totally fine. There's an Ember Hauler. Oh, there goes the unicorn. I could save it with a giant growth, because I do have the Llanowar Elves up. I don't know how badly I need that unicorn, though. Actually, you know what? He's at 6. And if I keep the unicorn, I can kill him. Okay. We will pump the unicorn in response with a giant growth. Alright. Let's go for it, I guess. We will Alpha Strike. The unicorn has to be the one blocked. And that will be exactly 6 to him. Okay, so we won our first match. Good. I was a bit worried about that opening hand having not enough land in it, but we got there, despite all the burn they were throwing at us. So now let's switch decks. I mean, I did use Power of Prophecy last time. We haven't played against it yet, so let's do that for our second match. We will be on the play again. Okay, this is looking like a better hand than the previous one. We have 3 lands, 2 Sylvan Rangers that can get more, an Awakener Druid for early damage, and a Spined Worm we can build towards. So I like this hand. We are definitely keeping it. Alright, see how this goes. They're opening with the Plains. It's our turn again. Well, we drew a Llanowar Elves. Playing Llanowar Elves now doesn't really affect what we can play, so let's just use our mana for the Sylvan Ranger instead. We have a forest in hand, so let's grab a mountain. We'll end the turn. Opponent plays a Maritime Guard for early defense. Okay. Whisper Silk Cloak is pretty sick in this deck with all the giant creatures we got. So we got a forest, and now I think I will do that Llanowar Elves, because it means we can play the Worm next turn. And since we got the mana for it, let's run out that other Ranger. We'll grab another forest this time. Okay, we're looking pretty good so far. Attacking with the Maritime Guard. Yeah, I'm not blocking that. A Cloud Elemental is next, so they got a little more attacking power, but importantly, they can't block these. So we can play our Spined Worm. I shouldn't play this pre-combat, but they have no blockers or open mana anyway. And seeing as how they can't block these, we will attack with the Sylvan Rangers. Alright, Again, looking pretty good so far. What's next? Yeah, Cloud Elemental, not surprising. That can't block, and I can't block it, so might as well attack. Alright. Well, I mean, okay, we got a few options. How badly do we think? The only instant speed removal they could have is one Condemn, otherwise the Spined Worm is getting through. So I don't think we need to do the Cloak. I think we can attack with the Worm and then play Awakener Druid for another good creature. Let's do that. Alright, got 13. We'll play our Awakener Druid. This forest is now a big creature. They will foresee for some extra cards. Attack with Cloud Elemental again, but don't really have to worry about that. Wow, they're in a pretty rough spot. Yeah, let's go ahead and attack with these. It's going to be a lot of damage. Takes it all and goes to 4. Okay, well, we'll follow that up with the Prized Unicorn. And now I'm curious as to what they can even do here. They're digging with a 4C, but I don't think that's going to be good enough. I don't care about getting hit with that Cloud Elemental because that's it. You might as well play the Whisper Soul Cloak. Stick that on the Worm. So they can't block it or target it, so this is definitely getting through. Yeah, they are more than dead. Yeah, that was a pretty strong game for us for the most part. We're doing good so far. Let's see, who do we want next? Let's do Reign of Vampirism since it's right here. This is going to be an interesting one because this deck has a lot of removal we're going to have to deal with. We've got a pretty strong opening hand. We got the Land War Elves for a turn 1 play. We can ramp into this turn 2 Sacred Wolf. And we have the Protean Hydra again. Yeah, I will absolutely keep that. They are going first, though. Thankfully, they didn't play anything. We'll go ahead and play our Land War Elves. That's it. Got anything for us on turn 2? A Child of Night. Okay. We will play that turn 2 Sacred Wolf. Fortunately, can't really attack past the Child of Night too well, but we'll see. Bloodthrone Vampire is next. Okay, we're getting an awful lot of lands. Which, I mean, that'll make the Protean Hydra happy, I suppose. Is it worth attacking into this and using the Giant Growth when they inevitably block? I don't know if it is. Do we run out the Hydra? As long as we can keep the Hydra alive, I don't care if it takes damage, because it'll just get stronger. We're not going to be using damage-based removal anyway. Yeah, for the sake of doing something, we'll go for it. That'll be it for us. Okay, they're moving to combat this time. Nope, they're not. Howling Banshee. So they got a flyer, and we're both going to be losing life. We have a Fireball. Okay. Got another burn card. I'm totally down with attacking with... yeah, why not? We'll send in the wolf, too. That'll probably trade. I'm mainly concerned with clearing out creatures. Bloodthrone Vampire has blocked the wolf and will trade. Okay. They're not going to block the Hydra because that'll get even bigger. That's fine. Do I want to fireball this Banshee away? I don't think I need to do that. Rise from the grave on my Sacred Wolf. Okay. It's got another blocker. Are they attacking? They were attacking with both. Okay. So I go down to 12. They go back up to 16 because of lifelink. There's a lightning bolt. I can't get the Sacred Wolf out of the way, unfortunately, but I can bolt that Banshee if I want. Let's see. He might try and trade the Wolf for the Hydra. And then I can get him with the Giant Growth. Nope, he's gonna go for it. Okay. I know he's got a Giant Growth in his own deck. Let's Lightning now, actually. No more Banshee. Pass. Still pretty close at the moment. There's another Child of Night. And we're cultivating. That seems like an odd decision. They are grabbing more forests. That deck needs swamps way more than that, but that's their prerogative. Getting lots of land. Now, Fireball, how much mana do I have for this Fireball? X can be 6. And I can pay 1 to have it target one more additional thing. I could burn away both Child of Nights. But let's attack with the Hydra first. Still taking it. Okay. Has to be an even number. Target both shots. Alright, that takes care of them. Play from them. Okay. Well, there's Garrick's Pack Leader. I have another big creature. Alright. Get a block this time? Nope, still taking it. Alright. Play this Pack Leader, and we'll play this other Llanowar Elves. I think we're probably going to have this one wrapped up too. They just got another land. Well, now they're definitely dead. Sure, I'll Lava Axe them to the face, why not? They're at 2 and I got a Giant Growth in hand, so they're dead no matter what at this point. Alright, we're doing pretty good so far. The big green Stompy plan is definitely paying dividends for now, so the only one we have left to play against is Blades of Victory, which might be interesting because that's a white weenie deck. So let's see if their speed is going to do it. I would like to be on the play. That is a hand, isn't it? 4, but my only creature's the Giant Spider, and they're kind of built for speed, so I think I'm gonna mulligan. That's not much better. Kind of wish I kept that first hand now. We're definitely not keeping this 7-drop. They have also mulliganed to 6. I think I might need to actually mulligan to 5, if I'm being honest. Oh, Jesus, okay. If I'd known that this was the route we were going to take, I would have kept that first hand. Because no matter what, I can't seem to get any creatures that cost less than a bajillion mana, but at least I would have had 7 cards instead of 5. Got a whole lot of nothing going on right now. And they're leading with the Silvercoat Lion, which normally not scary. It kind of is scary when you can't play anything. Yeah, that's going well. I don't know, we won 3 in a row, so we kind of got to balance it out by having a non-game. There's a Johnny's Pride Mate. There's another creature that'll probably be dead before we even get to play it. Cool. Elite Vanguard. Yeah, this is what I was talking about with the fast deck. Yeah, I got my 3rd land. Still can't actually play a creature. I can play this Whisper Silk Cloak and not put it on anything. What am I at? I'm already at 14. I'm going to be at 8. Yeah, we're probably done for if we're going to be real. There's a giant growth. Like, yeah, is there a concede button? If there is, I have no idea where it is. And a Sarah Angel. Well, I can at least plummet the Sarah Angel. We can say we played a spell this game, but that's not going to cut it. Because we're at 2 and we have no board presence. There's a Lightning Bolt. I can kill the Pride Mate. And that's still not going to do it. So yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah, and just to rub it in, we got the Armored Ascension. So I guess we'll do this back to nature and kill the Armored Ascension. It's not going to matter. We're still dead. Okay, well that was an unfortunate one against that, but to be fair, we at least won the first 3. And honestly, that kind of was something I was worried about with this deck, was too many high, expensive cards. I mean, we have some ramp in here. It's like, I don't know, sometimes you only draw 3 lands and creatures that cost 4 or more mana for your hand. But thank you for watching this match. We'll be back with another one soon. Until then, have a good day.